How are you?
I'm good. Can't complain.
Good. Happy to have you on, champ. Happy to have you on. So, first and foremost, man, it seems like things really shifted from the last time we interviewed you. We were under the impression that you were going to be on a MVP promotions card. That didn't end up happening. And from there, you were supposed to be on a 360 boxing promotion card. That didn't end up happening. And now you're on a Marv Nation card. Can you just, I don't know, give us an update on what happened? Why so many cancellations or promotional switches?
Man, as far as the MVP one, it kind of that one I don't want to say too much. Just not everybody's professional, and that's why that one kind of fell off. But the as far as the 360 one, we just didn't have enough time to get an opponent fast enough. That was kind of the last minute one, and we couldn't get an opponent fast enough in the ring. So unfortunately, we couldn't get on that card. Well, we couldn't, make the deadline.
So, does lack of professionalism mean that you won't be able to be on another MVP promotions card, or was it, or does that not hinder you from future fights there? Because it's a big platform. Look at all the attention that Ashton Slive got on it, a week ago.
You never know, man. Hey, business at the end of the day. So there's nothing, we don't take nothing personal on our side, and I'm sure they don't take nothing personal on their side. So, as far as that, business can always be made. But right now, we're working on something sweet on, for the next fight. So hopefully that gets done.
So, who are you facing this time around on the Marv Nation card?
Some Argentinian dude. I think he got like 18, maybe 19 fights. You know, he's a okay guy, but he's gonna come in there. As a veteran, regardless, still has a lot of experience, and he's gonna go over there and put on like any other fighter, right? He's gonna go over there and try to win the fight, and like I said, I'm gonna go there and do what I always do, no matter who the opponent is.
We haven't seen you have these many cancellations. Now, does that have anything? Do you think is it fighters not wanting to fight you? Is it part of the newfound popularity? You were mentioned as prospect of the year by a few different outlets, or is it just part of the game? It has nothing to do with you not being able to get an opponent.
I mean, it can have a mix of everything, but as far as from on my side right now, it's kind of the opponent thing. A lot of these guys don't want to fight. Like I said, man, earlier this year I told you about the Barbosa thing. They didn't want to fight. They're a top 10 dude, so it's just kind of hard to get these guys in there. That's all it really it is right now.
I know we've asked you this question before. Do you think you're going to have to sign to a big box promoter for some of these bigger names to be willing to get in the ring with you?
Probably. I mean, that same thing that kind of happened to Devin, right? And I think he was a champion, right? When he had to go there and fight Camboso. So, I mean, that may be the route that we have to take, and if that's the route I have to take to get these big fights, then I mean, that's a sacrifice that we're willing to make.
How soon are you looking to get back? Obviously, I feel like you've been a little more active than your record is indicating at this moment. Like normally you're back in there after every 3 months, right? And this is probably a
Right.
little bit longer of a stretch for you.
Probably. I think it's hitting like the 4 month mark, probably. But usually
Yeah,
I'm in there every like 3 months. Yeah.
yeah. Does that bother you? Is that messing with the way you do your thing, or 1 month, one extra month isn't that big of a deal for you?
I mean, compared to it don't do too much because I mean, initially we planned for February 2nd, right, with the MVP. They just fought not too long ago, so I guess the extra week is really just an extra week that I'm kind of getting pushed back. So it don't bother me too much. I mean, regardless, we still got a schedule, and we're gonna meet the schedule that we want to obviously hit for this year.
Now, is this just a stay busy fight for you, and there's something bigger on the horizon, and this is just so that the inactivity doesn't continue, or this is just what the team could get, and you got to take what you can get?
A little bit of everything, man. Like I said, a lot of these guys keep saying no. This guy's one of the guys that was willing to fight. Regardless, man, he's still a fighter. Anything can happen, right? We see guys that do big upsets, and it's kind of obviously I'm a type of fighter. I mean, my record kind of shows it that I take big challenges. So obviously this year we're looking for something big.
What did you think of Barboza's performance? Obviously, you were scheduled to face him. he chose to go a different route and fought an opponent that you beat. How do you think he did with a common opponent of yours?
I thought he didn't look too good. To be honest with you, I thought Solexani was able to land a lot of clean flush shots on him, and I think that's something. I think he had a little easier time with him. Obviously, he got the stoppage. I don't agree with the stoppage too much, but I think that what's him called? I thought he landed a lot of good shots on him. I thought that if that fight would have played out with me and him, I think I would end up stopping him or possibly knocking him out.
And since then, Golden Boy hasn't revisited any sort of conversations with you?
Nah, and especially after that performance, I didn't expect him to. To be honest, with you,
Mm.
they didn't reach out to me after that one. So after that performance, I think they're waiting maybe for him to get back to his groove. Maybe they'll get back to me. Maybe they won't. Maybe that's too much of a risk. They already kind of have him already almost there.
Well, you're fighting February 10th. Tio's fighting tomorrow. You guys are both in the same division. He's taking on Jermaine Ortiz. What's your thoughts on that fight, and what sort of shot are you giving Ortiz?
I give him a good shot. I give Ortiz a good shot. He's still young. Regardless of that loss with Lomachenko, I thought he still had a good outing. I just think it depends what Tio we get that day, because he has a lot of off nights. Like we did Cambosos, what he did with Sandor Martin. I think if he has an off night, he could potentially lose that fight because, like I said, Ortiz is a young guy and he's hungry. So I see that one like a cool 60-40. I got Tio on that one, but I think Jermaine Ortiz definitely got a chance.
If you had to single out an attribute that you feel Jermaine, has better than Tio, or something that he does better than Tio, can you single it out, or would you need to study tape?
I would need to study tape. I know, off top, I know he has good athleticism. I don't think he has more than Tio, but I know he has good athleticism from what I remember.
So, champ, who'd you bring in for sparring for this fight, man? You always look so ready, and I never hear of guys saying, "Oh yeah, I was in Tito's camp." Does the opposition of your sparring matter?
It does. It does. I think it does. Obviously to a certain point too, but this camp I had dudes like Jose Felix who just fought on the matchroom card with that Ireland
Okay.
dude not too long ago, right?
Yep.
And then I had Burgos actually in my sparring. Burgos
Okay.
a veteran
Juan
dude. He's been
Carlos.
in Wilson. Yeah, so we were sparring with them two dudes and they're giving me some good work. Obviously they got a lot of experience, so I learned a lot.
For sure, for sure. And he's a common opponent with Keyshawn. And if I'm not mistaken, maybe Andy
Andy Cruz.
Cruz
Yeah.
has fought him as well. Yeah, man. Your division right now is very, very hot. How's it feel to be in that division and I guess watch it bubble so much, knowing you want to get in there, knowing you want your name to be in that mix, but right now, like the names that are flow. I mean, look, now you got Tank possibly fighting a Conor Ben and Devin, who's in your division. There was talks of him and Conor Ben and him and Matias. Matias is in your division. Tio is in your division. I mean, it's become the new hot division, right? It's like almost 147 at this point.
It is, but I feel like a lot of it's too much talk too. I mean, Tio's talking about going up now fighting Crawford. It's like I think a lot of these guys are doing that to get too much attention. I don't think they're really gonna fight each other. I don't think Tank going up to fight Conor Ben, even though I think I probably give him a good chance to beat him. Now he's not looking so good after that whole that drug testing incident thing. But I think a lot of these guys are just talking too much. I think 140 is hot right now. I think a lot of these guys are talking too much about moving up in weights, and I think we need to kind of settle down and figure out who's the best at the 140 first before we start jumping up to 147.
Liam Botto from Australia got the big win over Montana Love. Did you happen to watch that fight on the zone?
I did, yeah, I did watch that fight.
Have you
And
heard the room? Go ahead.
what rumor? The Shakur one? What are you talking
No,
about?
well, there's rumors that Liam Botto is going to be getting a Puerto Rico title shot versus Matias, the IBF champ. Matias is no longer with PBC, and he's been offered a homecoming fight in Puerto Rico with Matchroom. What's your thoughts if he takes that deal? How does Botto do? He's undefeated. He did well versus Montana. How can he do versus the quote unquote boogeyman in Mercado? Excuse me. You're my boogeyman. That's why I said Mercado.
Yeah.
The boogeyman in Matias.
That's a hard fight. I think it really kind of, Paro has some good skills, but I think it comes down to his conditioning. That one dude Matias fought last, he was doing good the first 1, 2 rounds. After that, he kind of gassed out and kind of let it all go. So I think it depends on his conditioning. But I think I mean I'm gonna give it the favor to Matias. I mean he's obviously a lot of guys don't want to fight him, but I think he's just tough. I think he might end up getting that stoppage later down the rounds, maybe like 11, 10, 11 on Paro.
Now, you know me, I said you're my prospect of the year. I feel that the opposition you face definitely says you're a contender. And I told you that before. So, that being said, do you feel you're ready to contend for that IBF title versus a Matias? He seems to have a difficulty getting opponents. Do you need a little more experience for him? Or do you think if you were offered that title shot, you're ready to jump at it?
No, if they offer me that title fight, I think I'm more than ready to jump at it. You know, I think like I said, I have a lot of experience. Obviously, I don't have as many fights as they do, but I've been in the ring. I've been in there with a lot of good fighters, so I think that don't really matter. And I think that if they offer me that fight, most definitely I'll take that fight. I don't think too much of Matias. I think he's a strong dude, but as far as skill wise and talent, I think he lacks a lot of that. I think he's just a tough, rugged guy that's a lot of conditioning, and I think that honestly that's a style suitable for me easily.
So you think it's more his conditioning than his power?
I do think so. I don't think he's so much of a one type one hitter quitter type of guy. I think he's more of a break you down simultaneously round after round. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's more of a one punch type of guy.
How do you deal with something like that mentally though? Because he is right there, and he's shown us that like for the first 2 rounds, he'll let you do what you want, and then he turns it up, and it's becomes difficult for most.
Right. I mean, I don't want to get off the game plan for him. I don't know if he's gonna be listening to this, but nah, I think you just gotta kind of dictate the pace. I mean, guys like that, they want to kind of take you to their own pace and kind of wear you down and gas you out, and you kind of you gotta control it mentally and physically. Obviously, it's a lot easier said than done, but you know, stuff like that's practice in the gym, and a lot of fighters, like that I seen do it in fights today. I'm sure they could, you know, it's nothing impossible.
What size ring would you need for that fight? Like, yeah, they say, oh, we seen the interview. You want the fight? Here's the fight. Do you need a specific size ring? Do you need a 22 like Plant needed for Canelo? Is the standard 20 good? Or would you let them sneak you into an 18?
It don't matter to me, man. We could do 18, 20. I mean, look, if he's gonna catch you, cutting you down the ring, he's gonna catch you eventually. It don't matter what type of ring you got. To me, I mean, at least my opinion, give me. If you don't know how to get out of there, he's gonna catch you regardless. So I think 18, 20, don't matter what they want to do. It's cool with me. I mean, we got a game plan. I'm gonna stick to it.
For sure, champ. Listen, don't want to take too much of your time. Do appreciate you coming on and always keeping TBV updated. Wish you the best of luck tomorrow with your fight. Let everybody know where they can get tickets or how can we watch it. It's on Marv Nation app, correct?
Yeah, so if you wanna, you know, if you're gonna stop by, you got some free time. It's you can buy tickets at marvnation.com or you can obviously buy them at the door. But if you don't got time to be there, you want to watch it live, you can watch them at marvnationtv.com.
All right, man. Well, Tito, we appreciate you as always. Get this win, man. Move on to bigger and better things.
I appreciate it. That's have a good one, man.
Appreciate you. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Tito
What
Mercado.
up, YouTube family? Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us get to that 1,000,000 subscribers. We're on the road to 1,000,000. And obviously, we have other great content on our Patreon channel. So since this video is over, head on over to our Patreon and check out all the exclusive content or right here on our YouTube members.